My name's John. I've been in the Thrust Institute of Maintenance's A&P program, and I am 6 months in. I've just wrapped up my airframe training and have just begun power plant training, specifically on turbines, which has been really fun. I would say Airframe felt like Generals 2.0. I'm kind of happy that I went into Airframe right after Generals. I can see a lot of things that were in Airframe were definitely built upon more directly above the foundations of Generals. Really simply put, it's everything in an aircraft except the engines. We learned over the generals of electricity, but then in Airframe we went into the specifics of generators more in detail. Like you'll learn step up, step down transformers and how those affect an aircraft. But then you realize like, oh, there's different types of motors that use these applications, and this is how transformers are used to rectify different types of electricity for what the aircraft can be used for. In Airframe, you hear about systems that interact with power plants. In power plant, I hear about systems that I now know about interacting with the airframes. We did a few projects. I think a big portion of our time when it came to Airframe was actually working on the Cessna 152 that we're hoping to have ready by the time Oshkosh rolls around. We actually hooked up the wiring harness, which will allow the instruments in the aircraft to talk with each other and transfer that information and display it for the pilot. We actually put the wires together, labeled them correctly, laid them out on a table. So it fills me with pride to see that aircraft with my work on it going to fly here soon, which is just gonna be really fun. Even people who are in the industry are saying like, focus on getting your license, right? You'll learn how to be the kind of mechanic you wanna be, but focus on passing those tests. And I will say like here, I've done more hands-on work than I ever thought I would, or honestly would be able to at other schools. I think that's very beneficial for skills that I don't have walking through that front door for the first day, but I've done a lot that I never thought I would 6 months into the program. So I would say the first difference you'll see when you look at the generals test and you look at the airframe test is the number of questions, right? 60 for generals, 100 for airframe, as well as power plant. It's a lot more information and it's a bit more specific, right? I mentioned earlier, it does build upon generals. It is Generals 2.0, which is helpful because you just did your generals test. That first generals test freaked me out, right? I was like, oh my God, 60 questions. I can only miss so many. Like, what is this information? That kind of test anxiety went out the window. When I saw the test, I've sat down in that seat and I passed it. But when I got to the airframe test, I was much more confident. I knew what I needed to do to study for that test and have a better study method. Even after doing a tour at Southwest, the guy was like, prepware, prepware, prepware. That's what you need to focus on to get through your test. I found myself more confidently approaching studying, getting over the hurdle of getting your first test done. But I walked into the testing center so confident. I finished my test. I walked out that door and I was like, I know I passed because I put in that effort, that study time. Prepware, prepware, prepware. That is going to be your biggest friend at the end of the day. Our instructors here can teach you as much as they can. They can have you on any project that you want, but the FAA likes to say things in a certain way that is confusing, and understanding their language and understanding what they're looking at and what they're saying, the way they want you to answer their questions is more important than anything else. Making that effort to understand it is key, because you can memorize all 1,072 questions that are currently in the prepware. However, if you don't understand them, you're gonna get questions on the test that have been updated, may have different answers. And if you don't understand the topic after you've memorized these things, you're not going to succeed on the test. Honestly, I would say about this time in your training where you've done generals and either airframe or power plant and passed your test, start putting together your resume. If you don't know how to do that, plenty of our instructors here will give you templates and help you out put that together. I'm here for a career that is gonna be rewarding, but also exciting to go to every day. And talking to guys who have been in the field for their entire life, I feel like they've said the same thing, and it gives me confidence in the field that I'm going into. So it's very exciting. Big reason I decided to go and get my A&P was because my medical in order to fly was deferred, and it was a long process to get there, and I didn't know how long it would take, but as of recently, I got some fantastic news where I will likely have my medical here in the next few months. I'm still excited to work as a mechanic. Playing the game as if I don't have it coming in the mail anytime soon. So I'm excitedly looking at different career options in the corporate jet field. We visited Southwest the other week. That's an option for me to go towards it. I'm looking forward to getting started because I'm going to plan on becoming a mechanic and working for as long as I can until I get that medical. And then I'm looking to fly here at Thrust even. It's exciting. It's a weird feeling to talk about. I've waited a very long time for this medical, but when I talked to Forrest before I decided to jump into this program, I was like, dude, I've never worked on a car. I don't even know what a compressor is. Does it just squeeze the air like whoopee cushion? I have no idea. They really do teach you as if you've never touched these things before.